And my brother is in Arnhem, in
Arnhem.
Netherlands.
Holland.
So what's been happening with you and your bike today then?
I was out on the bike today. I was playing with the camera, just trying different angles.
See what I could do. What that one you sent me, you can see it. You can see it starting to go down at the end. But it ended up quite a good view. No, do you know what I mean?
What happened was do you remember the GoPro mount on the top of my case?
Aye.
I put the invisible selfie stick on and the camera on the end of that. But the camera's quite heavy. So it just fell backwards. Actually, it's what you said, at the end when you look at it, it looks quite good.
It does, aye, it does.
I'm waiting for the other one to download because I was driving about with the camera sticking right out the side. And I was going down wee streets, you know, and there were cars coming the other way, and I was trying to watch it the camera and never hit the tree. Or I was overtaking bikes, and I'm thinking, I hope I don't hit this cunt in the back of the head. Oh, sorry.
See the camera wobbling. So how you finding doing the motovlogging then?
What did you say?
How you finding doing the motovlogging?
It's all right. I still have to get used to talking on camera. I like making the videos. So I like playing with that camera. But yeah, if it's wet like the new when it's the weather's not that great, Insta 360 isn't that waterproof if you put the microphone adapter on it.
Right.
So the minute it's raining, I don't want to put the mic on it. Otherwise, I would have had the mic on today.
I don't know. I was watching Haggis Whisperer, who's another motovlogger, Scotland. Strange name, I know. He was talking to Teapot One about cameras and stuff, and that's what Teapot said. He says it depends on the camera. I've not had any issues with my camera in the wet, and I've got mine opened up for the mic and stuff. I think it's made a big difference with the media mod because that's kind of rubberized when you plug it in. It kind of causes a seal.
Yeah. So on the Insta, when you put the adapter on, there's like quite a big gap. The water would get in really easily. It isn't sealed.
Right.
And because of the way the Insta works, you couldn't like seal it up or anything, or else you'd.
Aye. I messed up your view or whatever. Yeah. I don't know if maybe the day I cover like the same idea as a media mod then, where you can. It's like a rubber cover. When you put it in, it maybe causes a seal. I don't know.
Yeah. You can buy a complete grade. You can buy a complete cradle the same as for a GoPro. But I don't know if that would help with the weatherproofing.
Right. No. Right. So tell your subscribers and mine what's your plans for this year.
This year is the Pyrenees.
The Pyrenees. Have you made a route yet?
I've been looking at some routes, but I think I'm just going to do actually the same as what we done to Budapest.
Just wing it.
I've got I've got a destination and a couple of roads that I want to go along. But stops, I'm not going to plan any stops. I'm just going to do the same as what we done.
So you're going to go for yours straight down to kind of a destination to the start of the Pyrenees, or are you going to go for like a wee kind of run on the way down?
I haven't thought about it yet. It depends on how long I'm going for. I still not worked that out either. I've definitely said I'm going to the Pyrenees. If it's down to the Pyrenees, just a wee run round the Pyrenees and back. But it depends on how long I've got.
Right.
If I've got like 10 days, then I can do a good bit of the Pyrenees because I can get there in like a day and a half. But if I've only got if I've got
aye, rather than just going down motorway straight down to a starting point and go along the Pyrenees.
Yeah.
Well,
but I quite like the way we done Budapest. So I think that's why I'm being a bit vague, because actually I quite liked that, and I liked it that much that even me and the wife, when we're going to go on holiday this year, we're not going to book anything either.
Just come lunchtime, just chance it. It works out. I felt with Budapest, it works majority of the time, probably 90% of the time it worked out in our benefit doing it that way. It was maybe once or twice it didn't.
Yeah.
Aye, so it's my plans this year are not that exciting, because I'm going to Florida in October. So ABR the end of June, because it's no July. I thought it was July. It's the end of June.
Oh, that's even better.
Right, so it's the end of June. So the ABR, and then I'm going to try and maybe go to Spain for the weekend. Fly out and rent a bike out there and just do a day or two there. And then between that and probably October, I've not made my mind up yet. So maybe just do a couple of runs down south, or maybe come out and see you for the weekend. Depends how I feel. see how things go. I don't think my work's would be too happy if I took 2 week blocks off my work. So aye, it's not going to be happy.
It's not worth coming out. It's not worth when I'm coming out to you or the family. It's if it's a couple of days, it's the travelling time. You're travelling more than you're there, and that's what annoys me. That's why I always try and have like 4 or 5 days there. Otherwise, you're only travelling.
It's a bit different. I think it would be a bit different for me doing it coming out to you, because I could use for here to the boat as one bit of my trip, 2 days out there and a day back.
Yeah,
it's a bit different for me. But you're trying to squeeze in everybody in that time you're here.
Yeah.
So I've done a video when you were messaging me. Actually, I was editing a video that I just done today, and I mentioned you in it because I was talking about other bikes. So, have you came to any more conclusion about if you're getting a new bike or not?
I was having a discussion with the wife yesterday, and I said what I was thinking about and why I was thinking about it, and she said, "Yeah, go in the spring. I'll say it's the spring. I'll go in the spring and go for a couple of tests. Test rides. Because I was looking at, before the Suzuki, I was looking at the Triumph 900 Rally Pro." And I've got a good relationship with the Triumph dealer, and I like the Triumphs. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
I mean, as I say to you all the time, shy wins don't get any sweeties. So the best thing to do is go to Suzuki first, test ride that, find out what they're offering you, then go to Triumph and say, "Oh, by the way, this is what they're offering me for this new Suzuki. What you got to do?" And then go back to Suzuki and try them again.
Yeah.
Remember to get your freebies. Get your freebies.
Get my freebies.
Get your freebies. Who's lighting? Oh, quite a few people are coming in.
Welcome, everybody.
Hello, everybody. This is just a wee tester to see how this YouTube we can do a live stream with somebody else. So, we was going to ask you again. So, what about content stuff for your channel? Are you just going to do ride by ride, or have you put a plan? when you're videoing, or are you just going to video every time you're out?
I think I've got a subscription for Insta 360 site where you every night when you plug your camera in, it just uploads all your videos. So you've got loads of room, and that was the last thing I had was problem I had, and you didn't have that problem, but I did. The videos for the 360 are massive. They take up a lot of room. So you've got to edit them to a flat video to save room, and then throw the 360 video away. But with a subscription, you don't have to do that. It's uploaded to the cloud.
Right.
So I think the lesson I learned through the last trip was I threw a lot of videos away, and I would have liked to have kept them and re-edited them when I had more time.
Well, I found being on the trip, I came back with loads of footage. You know what I mean? Loads. I had that 1 terabyte hard drive full, and then I had another probably 4 days on my phone. So
People are trying to guess where we're from.
Well, everybody, I'm from Glasgow. He's from Glasgow as well, but
I'm originally from Glasgow, but I live in Holland, in Harmer.
That's why he's got a wee bit of a funny accent. So
somebody between Dundee and Aberdeen.
The Burpo fisherman.
The Burpee fisherman.
I read that thing. Burpee fisherman. So it's the Quick app is a bit similar to the Insta app, but I think yours has got a lot more editing features on your app than what mine has. I kind of messed about with mine today with that one I did.
And that's they're updating every now and again. The last update was, and I never used it on one of my videos I saw, but it automatically recognises your number plate and blurs your number plate for you.
That's good.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty smart and a pretty good.
You should try it that one with the camera fuzz, because you can see your number plate in that.
The camera never fell. The camera never fell.
It never fell, but aye. Did you ever look at that the stabilizer bar thing that I was talking about? I've seen a lot of people using that with Instas. So you've got your extension bar that you've got. There's another wee bar that looks a bit like the ball joint thing with 2 clamps. Aye,
it's a double-ended grip so that you can have a third mounting point on it.
Aye. So maybe look into that.
Aye, I don't know. When I had it, I'll show you the videos later. Then I had it mounted on the back because once it was on the top of the top box, and it was vibrating. So later on, I took it off. I put the clamp on the case mounting on the side, and then put the selfie stick right up so as high as it could, and then just used a wee bungee to hold it onto the top box so that it had an extra.
Aye, it had an extra bit of grip.
And that looks pretty good as well, because you don't see the selfie stick. So it looks like you've got a drone following you the whole time. That's the good thing I like about the 360.
Aye, that one you said, I think it was the first video you sent, but it was quite high up on your top box. It did look really cool being up there, because you can see all the way around the bike. Yeah, it's quite a cool. I'm still not convinced with the 360 though. I don't know.
I think they've got their positive and their negatives. Everybody warns you about the lenses. They're really easily damaged. And I saw a couple of videos where people have let them fall and the lens is broken. And I think the GoPro's maybe a bit more tough.
Aye.
I like that 360 thing.
I don't know. Aye. I think it's like everybody. I mean, I use GoPros, and a lot of people that I speak to use Instas, and they use the DJIs and stuff. I've never had an issue with the GoPros, even in that bad rain in Germany. It's the only issue that I did have was when it burnt, the cable fell through and burnt on the engine, and it snapped the cable. And but after now that it's on the front of the bike facing me, it's fine. It works, no bother. That 11 actually works probably better than the other cameras because I have to stop every 2 minutes to change the battery on the one in the helmet.
That's the only thing I done the day when I went out was I went out and I was only going to go out for an hour just to play with the camera. Actually, no, it was more to play with the camera than to ride. And I went out without extra batteries with me. And I stayed out longer than I thought. So actually, the last half of the ride was they filmed because I didn't have any batteries with me.
I'm normally the opposite. If I go out for a run, I think I'm only going out for half an hour. I'll take one battery with me, and I end up out for hours. So yeah, I need to take. I just take them all with me now, just in case. Like the day I was planning to go out for I think about 2 hours or something, and I end up. It's that cold here. I think I go to Straven round the back way, the long way. Go to Straven, went fucking get home. It's too cold. And it was really just to get a video one. Because that's my bike coming up for its first MOT, March. So that's me kind of had it nearly 3 years now. So that video that I'm going to post up tonight, that's going to be about kind of my thoughts of having the bike for nearly 3 years.
Is that 3 years?
Aye, nearly 3 years, aye.
Oh, Jesus.
Aye, nearly 3 years. Aye. And it's given me a dents in it than a denty thing. That's
How many miles are on it?
Don't know.
I was just looking
Just
at mine
over
today.
10,000. Just over 10,000, I think.
76,000 is on mine. I was just looking up how much that was in miles.
$47,000. Now, I think it's before we went to Budapest. I think it was just before 7,000 mile. Just before we went to Budapest. And then I think it's just over 10,000 mile.
You bought yours new. When I bought mine, it was 25,000 kilometres. So I've put 50 on it.
Right. I think I've put well, it's 250 miles on mine when I bought mine. Because of its demonstrator. Well, there's Haggis. All right, Haggis, how you doing? Should follow him, Gary. Haggis Whisperer. Motovlogs.
Haggis?
Aye, Haggis.
Is he in Scotland?
Aye. Scotland. That's if you go into his YouTube channel, he was done a live stream with Teapot. He just put live the day. It's quite interesting.
Right.
Aye.
I'll take a look.
Aye, have a look at that.
So I've got a question for you.
Right, go. You ask me a question, then go.
Right. You can only have one bike. There's no limit to how much, but only one bike. What would it be?
I think to be totally honest with you, I think.
Don't say a GS.
No, probably my Africa Twin. Definitely not a GS. Probably my Africa Twin. Probably my Africa Twin, aye. It's probably one of all the bikes that I've had over the years. I think that's probably the best bike I've had.
But that was because that's your first new bike, isn't it?
That's my first ever brand new one, aye. Aye, first ever brand new. Would I buy a brand new one again? Probably not. I probably wouldn't buy a brand new. Yeah.
That's what the wife was saying to me last night, because I'd said to her about that Suzuki 800 DE, and she's like, how much does it cost? So I looked it up. She's like, do you really want to buy a new bike? or would you not want to just wait and get one maybe a year or 2 years old?
I think with me, with the brand new bike, it's all the issues that the Africa Twin has got. It's not really issues. I spoke about in the video that I did tonight. There's no. The only really bad thing about the Africa Twin is that frame is right at the engine mount. I don't know what they did with the paintwork on it. It just chips, and that's the only kind of main issue with it.
Did they change that? Did they change that with the later models?
I don't know. I don't think they have. I think it's painted exactly the same way. But they had when Africa Twin came out after they kind of discontinued it and it became the 1000. There was issues with the wheels, and the wheels would rust because it's a tubed tyre. So the water would be getting in condensation, and it would get to where the spoke nuts were. And then they addressed that, but I think they still had issues with the frame as well. And it's right at that the front bit of the engine mount. The stone just got chipped the paint, and then it just starts flaking.
You would think they would powder coat it.
Yeah, they used to powder coat the frames, but now it's called, I think they dip it. And if they've not cleaned the metal properly, and when they dip it, eventually it just doesn't stick to the metal. It just chips. Yeah. It's a big issue. And I've said to people before when I went into Honda about it, basically the guy just said to me, just buy yourself a Hammerite. Just buy Hammerite. A brand new fucking bike. That's it's crazy. That's the only issue about the Africa Twin.
Asking Rangers or Celtic. We're both not interested in football.
Not interested in football. Never. I've never been interested in football. Motorbikes. It's always been motorbikes for me.
I always tell people here in Holland, because they're obsessed here with football as well, and I always say I don't support football because everybody else did. Mm-hmm. And I hate being one of the sheep.
It causes too much hassle. Nah, no football for us.
No. Bikes.
Here's Haggis saying the 360 is brilliant.
Does he use a 360 as well?
He's got a 360. I think his cameras that he uses on his helmet, I think he uses DJIs, I think.
You see a lot of people that have got 360s and something else. I'm trying to stay away from that. I'm trying to just...
Well, that's one
camera.
That's why I didn't go for the GoPro 13. Is because they've changed the batteries in them, which means I have to buy loads of new batteries, and so I just bought the 12. And it's brilliant. I like the 12. It's got a wee bit more. I think I'm not too sure. I think it does. See that thing you put up in your video where you can see the miles per hour or kilometres per hour. Yeah. I don't know if the 12 does that. I'm only looking at it.
What that is, you can do it two different ways with the Insta. You can buy a GPS module, and then it records that the whole time. But what I've done today is, and I don't do it all the time, is you start the app up and you say, start recording my GPS. And what it does is it takes a timestamp and the timestamp for the video, and it synchronises them when you're editing. So they're actually two separate things. Your telephone's got all the GPS information and your camera's got the video. And all you do is you just say, at this minute and this second, I was doing this speed, and that's how it matches it up. No. So it's just your telephone. You just put the app on, but you have to remember to put it on. It doesn't do it automatically.
I'll need to look at it, because I think the 12 has got GPS. I know you can definitely do it with the 13. I know that, but with the 12, I'm not too sure. And I've not tried linking up the Cardo either. Was it? I
was going to say, but the only thing that annoyed me was when I put that statistics on. When I was the minute you're downloading a video, it asks you, do you want to put the statistics on, and you just press the button and it goes. But it automatically thinks you've got a BMW, and it puts BMW logo on the top of your screen, and it's default. So if you're not watching, then you've got a BMW logo on the top of your screen.
Can you change it to Could you change it to Triumph? No, if you take that off,
you can make a custom one.
Right.
Actually, the day's the first time I've played with it, so I've not really done any customization. But you can make your own, and you can place all. I think you can put all the icons in different places.
Where you want rather than default, huh?
Yeah.
That's great. I hope one day you forget and you put the BMW sign on it.
The only thing I noticed today was I had the carpool ride on with the Navi on. I wasn't navigating, but I just had it on, and I was listening to music, and I was recording my GPS as well. And when I come back, I was only away, 3 hours, and my telephone my telephone's never empty. That thing for mine has got it's a OnePlus 12. It's got a battery that can last 3 days or something. And it was down to 50%.
No, okay.
So it was. I was listening to Spotify. I was navigating, and I was recording the GPS as well. So,
so it's used a lot.
I'd have to plug it in if I was going to be doing that all the time.
So how's you getting on with that carpool thing you've got, that screen?
A carpool ride?
How are you getting on with that? How are you getting on with that?
It works brilliant. It's if you've got an older bike with an old analog screen, it's perfect. I've got, my bike. I've got an older bike without a TFT screen. So and then I always find the telephone. I'm getting old. I've got glasses. I always find the telephone just too wee. And you want live traffic, and you want up-to-date maps. So a TomTom is for I'm not saying there's anything wrong with TomTom, but you've got to keep updating it. And if there's roadworks or something like that, then it's not up to date. So this is the next best thing. You've got a big screen like a TomTom, but your maps are live. And you can control your music and everything for the screen.
Because I noticed your TomTom was out of date when we were through Germany.
But even if it's up to date, if there's roadworks, you know yourself, Google. If there's live traffic and live updates for your if there's roadworks on your Google Maps, TomTom, the maps are maybe 3 months old or something. Do you know what I mean? So if a road's only shut for a wee bit, it's no on that map.
That's definitely. Obviously I don't need that thing that you've got because of the TFT screen on my Africa Twin. But if I was, I'd definitely consider getting one if I bought a bike that didn't have it.
Yeah.
Because he knew that I'm using it. I said that in the video that I made tonight. I've only recently started using my TFT screen probably since I came back from Budapest, and it's the best thing I ever did was work out how to use it. Because it's right there, and now I know how to flip between the modes and the maps. It's brilliant. The only downside is if your phone runs out of battery, you have to have a phone connected to it.
Yeah.
If your phone runs out of battery, or it just cuts itself off, or if your cardo runs out of battery, it will cut that off. So you need to make sure your phone's fully charged and your cardo's fully charged. But apart from that, it's brilliant. So I would definitely get one if I got a bike without one.
But are you not going to buy the wireless adapter?
I don't know. I see a lot of people talking about getting one of them. I don't know. I think maybe because if I did that, I'd maybe get. I could get rid of, because I've used obviously 2 phones now. I've got the phone that I use for my sat nav, and I've got my main phone, because my phone's too new to work with African Twin apparently. So, I maybe use Bluetooth, which means I can get rid of that other phone. I might try it.
Yeah. That copyright thing, that's completely wireless. But you're right. That's one thing you're right about it. One thing you're right about, but you're right about that. If my cardo's empty, that's not an issue. I just can't hear the instructions. But if my telephone's empty, then I've not got any navigation.
Aye, because it cuts out.
Because it's a mirror. That's a mirror in my telephone screen. So I'd have to, but I can put the telephone in the tank bag and put it on the cable, and it's charging up the whole time. So I don't think it's a big issue, but I like the idea that it's that you can just walk away.
I just leave it. Aye, that's the only good thing about having the older iPhone. If somebody takes that, it's not a big deal. It doesn't work unless it's attached to my other phone. So I just leave that on my bars where I had my other one, and then it's connected to it. But the bad thing about mine is you need for that CarPlay to work with the Africa Twin, your Cardo has to be connected to your Cardo.
Yeah.
Which is it's a bit it's never happened, but it could possibly happen if you forget to can charge a Cardo one night and you end up getting it and you can't do it.
Yeah.
So that's us been on for half an hour. Do you want to keep going, or do you want to call it a day at half an hour?
We'll call it a day at half an hour. It was a wee test, wasn't it? I've not done to eat yet, so I'm going to go down and get something to eat. Have a fag.
Have a fag. Right, cool. Hope you all enjoyed the live. We'll maybe do it again. Maybe catch up in a month or two. Or we'll do it once a month or whatever.
We'll definitely do it again. It was a good laugh.
Maybe think about more questions. Maybe steal more questions that Haggis does. we sort of deviated from it, but we maybe do think of questions to ask each other the next time.
We'll make a plan the next time. This was how do you say that? Impromptu. That's it.
Cool. Yeah. All right, brother.
Off the cuff.
Right. Yes. Dinner. Speak to you soon.
Okay.
Catch you later. Bye bye.